So, something will happen on Fridays. Dancing one is back. This one breathes sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something. Tangent on the song I forgot I was listening to. Dancing one found paper inside box. This is message from Empire. This one can read walking one symbols. Message paper that is names of food and rocks. Food and rocks inside boxes. This one knows. This one not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all from the ones these homes. How do steal walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky ones hiding behind the one's wings? Snooping ones selling secrets to steal walking ones? This one fears for one's home. But dancing one helped out so much today. Dancing one must promise to always be friend to these ones. I don't want these things. Can I just not have these? Is that like a thing I can do? Alright. Helpful one arrives at good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones, named Claxio, ventured inside out little Solus alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio went west after leaving settlement. Hurry before Claxio end up in belly of a beastly one. Alright. Why is Sunday part of the week? Oh, so our weeks are Monday through Friday. I don't care which way you guys consider Sunday. In Lost Ark, I am item level 320, 340, 310, something like that. 300s. Low to mid 300s. I've been uploading guides to all of the Makoko seeds because I've been enjoying logging in and just going and like getting some Makoko seeds. So every time I finish a zone, I upload a guide to Makoko seeds. So they've been up over there. I did push a guide up yesterday. I forgot to thumbnail it and push publish. So, oops. I was supposed to have a guide. I'm trying to upload 5 guides a week, so we may have a guide on Saturday. I'm trying to upload 5 guides a week and just kind of shift gaming kind of to being guide content, unless there's like a Final Fantasy live letter. I'd like to also start slowly covering the news for Lost Ark and Guild Wars, and putting guides out for those. At some point, I do believe I'm going to install World of Warcraft again. I'm not sure what that point is. I'm not sure if that's 10.0 pre-patch, or if that's sooner, or if that's later. When I do, I'll probably start slowly putting out guides on World of Warcraft over there, and then also, once I do that, we'll start doing things like that. Right now, I've been doing Makoko seeds all on Ramrathus or whatever, the initial continent, because I figure those are the ones most likely to not have something like sheet music required. I'm only uploading it when I finish a zone, so because I'm still missing some sheet music, like to remove vines and stuff, which I need to go get. Maybe we'll go get that next week. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. I've got 3 or 4 of them up. Not very many, just a couple. They're short. They're short little videos. I'm not known for Lost Ark, so they're kind of hard to find because they don't do particularly well. But I enjoy making them, and I do want to. I want gaming kinda to not be a Final Fantasy only channel, and so like I need to. If you want people to think and know a certain thing about you, you need to make the effort. I think 9.2 is a step in the right direction. I think for a lot of people, that is very much somebody that has been like an addict, and they've broken into your house and they've stolen your stuff and they've ruined holiday dinners and they've, you know, lied to you in the past. And I think for many people, by the time they gave up hope, that person now says like, hey, I took a shower and I got a job and I got an apartment. Do you want to do lunch sometime? And you're like, I don't know, man. Like maybe you need to like keep a job for like a year and then I'll come talk to you. And they're like, but I have to have my life together for a whole year and be totally alone. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you hurt me for like 5 or 6 years straight. So, like, yeah, I know that sucks for you, but I just don't have the time and energy to invest in you until you've proven that this isn't just a phase. So, like, a leadership change, an ownership change, 9.2 being good, these are all good things, and, like, I'm happy for you. But I don't have to welcome you back into my life immediately. It feels like you didn't listen to me until I walked out. And, like, I can't be in a relationship where I have to walk out every time I mean what I say. And I told you over and over the things I wanted you to change and I needed you to do different. And you did literally not a single one of them until I walked out. So, like, for you to go all the way down the checklist, I don't know, part of it stings almost as much as it helps. So I think with WoW, it's going to take some people a long time to win that trust back. And some people may never come back. And that's just the cost of doing that. We live in a great time to be a gamer. There's a lot of other great games to go trust that haven't hurt you. So, you know, for those people to say, hey, I'm trying Destiny for the first time. The new expansion is received really well. I'm trying Final Fantasy for the first time. The new expansion is received really well. I'm trying Guild Wars for the first time. The new expansion is received really well. Like, so WoW being like, but we came out with a good expansion at 10.0 and 9.2 is good. Fine, but like you're saying that like it makes you unique. It doesn't. You can ruin a decade of good reputation in a single bad day. And like, I don't know if it should be like that, but it is. I stream dozens of hours. I stream sometimes so long that I'm basically punch drunk tired. And when you're that tired and you're streaming, it is statistically a matter of time until I eventually say something dumb enough, stupid enough, in the wrong way, that a portion of this community just says, oh, I didn't know that side of Chris, and I don't like that. And they leave. And it can hurt me that they leave, but all you can do is get better. Like, you can't... It won't be something I can take back. Once it's said, it's said. So, I think, like, we've all been there. We've all said dumb things at work or around family that you can't take back. WoW did it for years. So for them to come back and say, like, well, it was just the one thing. It wasn't just the one thing. You did it over and over and over. And if the rest of us have to live in fear a little bit that, like, if we say one stupid thing one time to a family member that, like, we may have to kind of answer for that, what makes you think that you can go unaccountable for a decade? Like, come on, man. There has been some portion of the community that has been unhappy since Cataclysm launched. They went all the way through Cataclysm, they stuck around. They went all through Pandaria, they stuck around. Warlords of Draenor, Legion, BFA, Shadowlands. Now, there were good times along the way. There's people that liked certain aspects of Pandaria. There's people that like certain aspects of Legion. It happens. And the launches, my god, the launches. Most WoW launches are really great. It's a huge amount of content. In general, the servers have been pretty smooth. In general, the expansions have been pretty great. So, like, for a lot of people, it's worth coming back and doing pre-patch into the current expansion. And then bail 90 days in. You know? Buy a 6-month subscription 3 months out from the expansion. And play 3 months of the current expansion with all the systems worked out. And then play 3 months of the new one. And then knock it off. 6 months every 2 years. I enjoyed Kata because of what it meant within my raiding group. I enjoyed Pandaria because of what it offered to the completionist side of me, but it's also what burned me out. I didn't play Warlords of Draenor at all. I missed it entirely. I've gone back and played it. I played it during BFA. I've, you know, completed the maps and done a bunch of stuff, but that was all, like, it was already buttoned up. And an expansion after the fact in WoW is very easy to progress. Very, very easy. What? Walking one wants this one to return to Little Solus? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living things with those who are not these ones. These ones want to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better one than these ones that summon a primal one. Summon one. Small wonder these ones chose to leave. This one thought this is a likely place to build a home, but then meddling one arrives. Forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling one is forbidding them to follow this one. Away with meddling one. Oh. Okay. Brian tried to convince me to play 1.0 during 1.0, and every time I asked a follow-up question, he's like, you should play this game. I would ask a follow-up question like, oh, is like the end game really fun? Yeah. But then there was always this caveat. Yeah, I mean, like, as long as you don't die. Okay. Cool, is it, you know, you should play Final Fantasy. Cool, is it really easy to get into? I mean, no. Like, every single time I asked a follow-up question, it was like, oh. So, I never picked up 1.0. He wanted to get me in, he did. What? Glaxio refers to return to these ones, then went deeper into forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry, find Glaxio. Helpful ones to search near spools of thread and forest floor. Those things help lead helpful one to Glaxio, but hurry before touched ones take Glaxio away. Sounds like spiders. All right. All these guys. We aren't alarmed about this? Okay. Meddling one is back. This one told meddling one to be gone. Tell Kamuxio that this one never go back. Never. Whoa. Touched ones? Touched ones go away too. This one good one. Everyone just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Meteor. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of primal Ramu. Akin to the Amaljaw, tempered by a Ifrit, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Oh, monks. These are question mark, question mark. And my dog wants out. Ida and Papalimo, can you guys handle this for a bit? Can you guys handle this? Yeah. Find Glaxio. Handle it. I'll be right back. Oh, you guys are nailing it. How'd they do? Oh, man. Ida's back there taking on a Milkroot Morbol. Look at that. Cool. Think. Oh my gosh. How's reclearing the story going? I am slow. I was hopeful to be done with 20 levels of MSQ on Monday. 30. Another 13 levels of MSQ done on Tuesday. And then like another 6 or 7 levels of MSQ today. So it's going to slow down because I know they get bigger. I'm not even done with Tuesday's stuff yet. Wednesday started. So, not great. This one is safe? This one's so scared. Claxio. This one more than worried. So very worried. Claxio unharmed? Still, in possession of wits? Camuxio? The meddling one as well? Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. The Claxio is still safe, seals this one with joy. Camuxio. Forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from little Solus. This one just... afraid. These ones who live at Little Solus were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared these other ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touched Ones did. This one wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, a helpful one. This one grateful. This one returned to Little Solus with the Camuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. What say I return to Little Solus as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. Yeah, the idea is that I would see one primal every day. So, I'll be lucky if I make it to Titan today. Yeah. I think a lot of it is like, we've gotten on some tangents. And B, the class quests have proven to be lengthy. So, yeah, the class quests have been lengthy. So, like, you would have to basically have just skipped class quests, and I didn't want to do that. I'm not surprised or frustrated with the tangents, but they have happened. We spent an hour yesterday talking about maps. I think we spent an hour today talking about stuff out of game entirely. I'll do the dungeons normal. This one thought Claxio lost forever. Helpful ones saved Claxio. Now these ones be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones. But Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is hero to these. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Elder One is... Mount speed has increased? Wait, do you get... Oh. Is that when I'm mounting up that's causing that? No. You gain mount speed? For completing story? Is that always been like that? Huh. Cool. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Basically mean all mounts are as fast as the bike. Nice. Alright. Camuxio, I want to hang out. I do. I know. You want to introduce me to your buddy? I want my jobstone. So, if you could just, like, just wait. You know, it's not right now. Right? So, I'll be back. I know that you're going to introduce me to the Elder One, which I think is, I don't know, up there or something. I don't know. Maybe you're going to take me into, like, a tent here. Something. And, like, Old Garlic is super fascinating, but I gotta go and head back to Gridania. I have a unicorn? Guys, if we start doing side quests, I don't even know if I'm going to clear in a second 4 days. We're going to be doing story every other week for the rest of the year. Especially if I start adding blue side quests. Oh my god, the blue plus signs. Alright. Let's head to the Conjurer's Guild. Be every other week, forever. There's probably a lot of really great story to be had in a lot of these side quests, too. Like, really, truly fun story. When you start talking about raids and trials and, like, beast tribes, and probably, in particular, like, some of these are probably really, really fun. Maybe. Probably. I definitely want to clear anything that's affected by 6-1. And my class quests. There we go.
Meteor, I'm glad you have come. I have a task most urgent and confidential in nature. I can think of none other who I'm entrusted. You are doubtless familiar with Seed Seers? Yes, Carnicena, Elder Seed Seer, leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introduction, even though I gave one. But do you know of her siblings? The two young Padyos, Sister Reosina and brother Erunsina, make for the Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such import that it would be no overstatement if they say the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all, great ones who dwells in the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of trees and shelters us arouse the great one's ire, and it is only by quieting the ritual of what I smoke that he may be placated. Thus did he order two seats here set out for the Evershade, with nary a guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub in the nature of the favor I ask you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, with the Great One's anger mounting. The Twelveswood becomes a threatening domain even for the pushant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade and see no harm befalls the two.
The bike does have the stars by default. When they released the bike, they said it looked stupid when it was animated slow, so they sped it up. It was a very controversial decision. All right, let's go set out the. We're gonna go look for. This is Ginger Twins Activate, right? I don't really understand the Padyals and. I don't know. I don't understand like the age difference or anything. Like I don't. Probably something I should have taken in. I don't know that I did. as somebody that is not red-haired, but is from a family of red-haired people, totally respect that she's got ginger siblings. That happens. Yeah. My family's got lots of red hair. The coral looks ridiculous. I don't know, I guess they pictured cats could run slow. I don't know. Maybe they thought it would sell better too, because they were selling it. I think a lot of people have bought it just for the mount speed. You know? So the lack of zone music is really stark. Coming off of Endwalker and Shadowbringers, the lack of zone music is... like, it's there, but it's on loop and it's rare. Oh, I did not need to go up there. Oh! So I think there's a lot of people who, like the bike fine, but, like, they either weren't going to buy a bike at all, or they weren't planning on buying a mount at all, or of the mounts they bought, like, I think it sold a lot of mounts. Yeah, I have it. The coral mount. Mount guide. Duty character, mount guide, coral. It could be and like, this is in a zone that I think I have level 1 mount speed now. And like, so it would be going even slower. And it kind of looks sluggish. I am only fast when there's not a lion sitting on me. It's so heavy. Oh, God. Like, it just looks like I'm, like, dragging his back. Like, I'm making his belly drag. Oh, God, this lion's so freaking heavy. I don't know. That's a thing. Ray O. Senna. Alright, Gingers. What you got for me? You look particularly soulless, uplit. Guys, my other light still haven't shown up. You can see I got a shadow on me today. Because I've been trying some backlighting. Because it's supposed to make it less fuzzy up here when you're backlit. So I've been trying to, like, do a little more backlighting. I ordered 4 more lights. So that I can just be in, like, a lighting cave. And they're dimmable. So that I don't have to just introduce, like, sunlight into my room. Ugh. These are not dimmable, so these kind of are what they are. And hopefully maybe some of these could go away. Hopefully I don't need all... I've got 3 back behind me and 1 right here. So I've got 4 right now. Hopefully I don't need 8 lights. I might. You need 3 or 4 to light a green screen, and you need 3 to light yourself. So, like, it's possible, but we'll see. Alright. Duty time. Duty time. Come on, Gingers. The slug just passed through you. Oh, dog wants back in right when I start the cutscene. Now, which one's Rhea? The girl? That's who I talked to, right? I don't really have a relationship with these people. They show up in Endwalker, and they were some of the ones that I did not really... I wasn't like, oh my god! Maybe I'm supposed to. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to. I just don't. Maybe it's because I missed this. Curses. How can we hope to make it to Gridania Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I'd known what we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or 2. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, don't be such a coward, sister. We're seed seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother. Were they true words? We would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. a conjurer? Are you, Brother Asumi, ever the warrior? For once. However, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A seed seer does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk. Let us see to these pests. Oh, all right. Little guys first. Little guys first. If we have to kill all of them, little guys first. They just fall right over. Oh my god. Are they gonna let me stay level 30? Oh, I'm synced to 34. What level am I actually now? My god. 36! Whoa! And like, I don't feel like I need to be doing that much more to progress my Conquest storyline because my MSQ is only 21. I am outrageously leveling this content. Okay. Is there like a nest I could kill? Do. Heal your sister. I think just the dot will actually take that out. So it does look like maybe just the boss needed to die. Maybe the little stuff just keeps spawning. So we'll dot the little stuff and then tear the big guy down. Ah, a little too soon for a slide class. Yeah. There we go. So if all of the characters of ARR are locked behind these kind of class quests, which is not crazy, because remember, you would have done class quests as part of cross-class skills, so it's not weird. Because cross-class skills back then required that you did other quest lines. That's interesting. It's interesting. That crystal. Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventure inherit the legacy of a Toa Cant? It was none other than Atoa himself that last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventurer's arrival is a mere coincidence. Bearer of the Soul Crystal, inheritor of arcane knowledge long since forbidden to those not of our kind. I know not why it is you he chose, but I believe our great forefather has led us today. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 Padyos. But I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Atoa truly has chosen this adventure as his successor. You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Padyal tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk it falling into the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake? Even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath? And bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you so little faith in your own abilities, sister? We're seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beast in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. This petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventure. I'm sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you have the time, I would speak with you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. So, when A Realm Reborn launched, you needed side quests or fate grinding to push through a zone. And so the MSQ didn't have to do a lot of world building because you would be level gated. And so the world building could happen through your experience with the world in whatever way you perceive it. So lots of combat or helping out the locals. And so you could kind of flesh out the world of Final Fantasy XIV the way you envisioned it as you leveled. And so for me, Final Fantasy XIV has always been a combat simulator where I play with friends. And that's my way. And for people to say that their way is better or more enjoyable is literally just an opinion. There is no way to measure who got more joy nor would it matter. If you got level 7 joy and somebody else got level 9 joy out of the game, who cares? It doesn't, the 9 doesn't take away from the 7. So like just let them exist separately. And for the people that were invested in the narrative, for narrative to be good, narrative does have to come first. That does not mean narrative is required or best, but narrative cannot be successful if it has to ride shotgun. So narrative has to be in the driver's seat, not because it's the best driver, but because the only way for narrative to have success is for it to be the driver. And so narrative is that friend on your road trip that always drives because otherwise they get carsick. It doesn't mean they're the best of you, that they know the way, or that they're more qualified as a driver, but they have to sit there because otherwise they get carsick and everybody else doesn't seem to mind. And so with narrative as the driver, you have to think of like, well, then how is the narrative meant to be perceived in this game? Well, you would have done some side quests. You would have done plus sign quests for sure. And to level up at some point, a lot of the questions you had, like why do I care about a particular character or zone or piece of conflict, would have been explained by level 50, at level 50, because you would have stopped to go get your cross-class skills. Cross-class skills being what we now call role actions, were actually a set where you got to choose a number and you borrowed them from other classes, but other classes within your roles. So you had to say, to get Taunt on Warrior, you had to go level Paladin to 15, which means that you had to do the Paladin quest line to level 15. And at that point, if you're narratively based, you're invested enough that you would have at least finished all of the class quests, and then hopefully the handover quest to the Jobstone invites people in, but it wouldn't have to. At least the basics. But this is starting to say that beyond that, you would also want to go ahead and get all your job stuff. Oh, Chris says it wasn't even just in our role. Okay. I don't remember. Cool. Thank you. Not only in your role. It was nuts. Like, you had to level... I know that, like, that makes sense that it's not only in your role, because I had some melee jobs leveled, and I don't know why I would have leveled them. Because I was never going to play melee. I had, like, all my jobs leveled to 15, because 15 was kind of a break point in a lot of that stuff. And sub 15, like, Guildhest Roulette was still a thing that people did. And so, like, it makes sense that they're kind of inviting you into the world. And to make it inviting, you can't say everything you need to be satisfied and full and complete is in the MSQ. Because then you're satisfied, you're full, you're complete. You don't need anything else. And so instead, you would go ahead and you would take very substantial pieces of information and relationships with the world and the characters in it, and you would take those and you would pull them out of the story so that there are gaps, so that we're left wanting for more, and you would insert those into other pieces of content as rewards. Hopefully done so in a way where it doesn't feel like it's held hostage, but is instead meant to enhance. And so I've never had a relationship with this pair of gingers here, but That might be because I've never done the White Mage questline. That might be because I did the... So, if I'm trying to clear MSQ with you guys, and I'm admitting that it's more than 4 days... I think you're supposed to clear all the class quests. I think you're supposed to level all the class quests. And probably all the plus signs, too. Because I bet there's a ton of characters in there. And they're all going to be different writers, and so they're all going to be of different tone and caliber. How do you know when to do them? So this is a lot like telling somebody who's never heard of Star Wars today what order to watch the movies in. Right? So... I don't know. That makes this a lot bigger. Am I doing this every other week until the end of time? Because if I go clear all the plus sign quests, that's going to give me all classes, all jobs, all raids, all dungeons. It's going to be a lot. And to know something's the best of something, you have to have had the worst of something. So, some of it's not going to be as good as other things, but, like, you can't just be given a 5-star experience and then not... I don't know. Yeah, Guild House, you have to finish them in order. You have to go... I don't know, I'm unlocked. And they stop at level 40. There's not that many. Because if that's the case, I should be leveling up another job now. Because the White Mage stuff is giving me way too much. It might be 45 or 50. It stops by the end of ARR. They don't keep going. Guild Hosts were an experiment that they clearly decided they could do better other ways. Because they stopped support for it after ARR. They just don't delete things from the game. Cape Westwind changing is a major turn forward in the way they think about design for this game. The vast majority of times, they don't overwrite things in this game. They iterate, and they let the old one out to pasture. It gets to go live on a farm upstate. They don't ever kill anything. There are some things that have to be that way, like cross-class and all that. There are some things like, you know, cross-class and, like, there are certain elements that have to be that way. But no one, you haven't done the first one because it's like level 10. Yeah, it dies instantly. You can ignore all mechanics. You can go in there and do them unsynced if you just want to unlock them. They take you back through areas MSQ took you through, so there's probably story in there. And honestly, doing them with other people, sometimes they end too quickly. So, like, if you want to enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. Are you able to enter a dungeon with a full party if you have unrestricted on? You're still restricted to the actual duty itself. So, like, you can't bring a level 10 into a level 50 duty. You can't bring 8 people into a level 4 into a 4-man instance. So you're still restricted to the basics of the instance. You're just not putting a top end, but the bottom end is still in place. As opposed to like World of Warcraft, where you can just like drag low levels into high level content. Item level may still kicked in too. I don't even know that you can do. So at the beginning of a WoW expansion, one of the faster ways to gear up is to go pre-made and walk in the front door of the instance, because it lets you go in with below item level. And as long as you play better than is expected, you can actually make up for the item level in quality of play. And so you can gear up faster, because the item level that drops from heroic, instead of doing the middle step of gear, you just replace your crappy gear directly with heroic gear. And so so people do M0s, and some people go directly from normals to M0s because they're really good. Others swing through heroic a couple times and then go to M0s. And then for, truly casual players, they make it so that you can do all the normals, then all the heroics, then all, like, in order, and like you work your way through. But you don't have to. You can skip straight to M0. But it's going to require higher caliber play. But that doesn't, like, I don't think you can take 8 people into a 4-man instance in this game. Why not redo the job quests on New Game Plus? This character exists because there are things that are not in New Game Plus that I want to redo. And so, with that, why not just experience everything on this character? It also makes it a really clear checklist of what I have and have not replayed. Because this character is always going to take lore seriously. And my main character will only take MSQ and Raid series. Like, I'll take everything new seriously. And so this character's catching up. And in theory, if this character ever caught up all the way, my main character would skip MSQ on patch day. And so what I would do is I would play this character first to do the story. And then I would do the other character and blast through. If I didn't want spoilers. And if I was okay with spoilers of like who a boss is or whatever, I would play my main character first, pushing the escape key, and I would come back and do this one. So, I think this is every other week for a long time. Yeah. I think this is every other week for a long time. Thank you for coming, Adventure. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe that we've been properly introduced. I am Rhea Osena, a Padule, as you can see, and sister to the Elder Seer. You are Meteor, yes? Brother Simi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. You, as you no doubt have heard, my brother, Arun, and I were en route to a guardian tree. The great one, by whose graces we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the great one goes, so goes our fate. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were roused to hostility by the great one in his anger. You need only look around you to see the forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is that we traveled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In days of old, the ritual was, without fail, performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was when you arrived, and shortly thereafter, that you became one of the chosen few to be gifted with a white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honor. That gem marks you as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are not Padyali. But Atoa can't mean for you to be here today to perform this ritual with us. Atoa Kant is known to
all as one of the greatest mages in our history. But even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land when its people wheresoever he went. A most admirable cause, yes, but alas, Toa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and having taken no apprentices, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. So I believed, until I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atoa's will that we bring you into the fold. So I welcome you, Meteor of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet, while you may have been chosen by Atoa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training.